As the journey through this strange yet increasingly familiar world continues, Episode 12 of the daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world delivers yet another blend of humor, culture clash, and unexpected confrontations. Titled Muchaburi Yencha, this episode brings our protagonist, Kenichi, and his unconventional family to the heart of the royal capital after receiving a direct summons from the king himself. What should have been a straightforward diplomatic visit quickly spirals into chaos as the kingdom's customs collide with Kenichi's modern-day conveniences. From royal intrigue and jealous princesses to ghost hunts and gourmet revelations, this episode is packed with one memorable moment after another, keeping viewers hooked until the very last second Kenichi, Anemone, and the rest of his ever-growing entourage arrive at the grand gates of the royal capital, the heart of political power in this fantasy world. The king's decree had been clear. He wished to meet with Kenichi personally. However, upon arrival, the family is met not by the king, but rather by Princess Lilith, the king's daughter and one of the most prominent figures in the court. Lilith, dressed in extravagant royal attire, greets them with an air of curiosity but quickly drops the bombshell that their highly anticipated audience with the king will not take place for several months due to his ongoing affairs with other noble matters. This unexpected delay raises questions. Was this all a political maneuver to stall Kenichi? Or was the king genuinely too busy? Either way, the royal capital will be their home for the foreseeable future, and Lilith seems more than eager to make their stay eventful. Lilith, ever the curious noblewoman, is immediately drawn to Kenichi's strange devices and modern technology. Unlike the skeptical nobles and wary knights who look upon Kenichi with suspicion, Lilith is utterly fascinated by his belongings, eager to experience their wonders firsthand. First, she demands a ride in Kenichi's car, her eyes lighting up with childlike excitement as the smooth wheels glide over the cobblestone streets of the capital. If that wasn't enough, she spots Kenichi's excavator, an absolute behemoth of a machine that seems like something out of a fairy tale for her. Seeing such powerful, mechanical beasts under Kenichi's control only fuels her obsession. She indulges herself further by relaxing in his luxurious cabin, experiencing modern comforts beyond her wildest dreams. Her newfound fascination quickly turns into infatuation. Without hesitation, she makes a bold declaration. She will stay with Kenichi indefinitely, much to the shock and horror of her royal attendants. This move, however, does not sit well with everyone. Anemone, Kenichi's devoted companion, immediately resents Lilith's forwardness, seeing her as an unwanted rival for Kenichi's attention. The royal knights, bound by duty and tradition, are outraged that their princess would demean herself by associating so closely with a mere commoner, especially one from another world. It doesn't take long for tensions to boil over. A royal knight, one particularly loyal and devoted to Lilith, is unable to contain his fury at Kenichi's casual treatment of the princess. To him, Kenichi's presence is an insult, and his modern contraptions are unnatural and a dramatic confrontation. The knight challenges Kenichi to a duel, fully intent on putting him in his place. The situation escalates quickly, with Kenichi forced to defend himself against a trained warrior in full armor. But while Kenichi lacks formal combat training, what he does have is modern-day riot control technology. Before the knight's blade can even get close, Kenichi deploys a riot shield, absorbing the full force of the attack and stunning his opponent. The onlookers gasp in disbelief. A single piece of equipment had just neutralized what should have been a lethal blow. However, the fight does not end there. The enraged knight lunges again, prompting Anemone to step in. Without hesitation, she unleashes a powerful spell, sending a wave of energy surging through the battlefield, forcing the knight back. The scene nearly spirals into absolute chaos, but just before things get truly out of hand, Lilith steps forward. With an authoritative voice, she commands the knight to stand down, putting an end to the dispute before it escalates further. While the duel may have ended, the rift between Kenichi and the kingdom's nobility only seems to be growing wider. After the chaos, Lilith's interest in Kenichi only deepens. This time, she sets her sights on something far more precious than technology. Food. Kenichi introduces her to his world's cuisine, preparing curry, a dish completely unlike anything in the kingdom. The moment she takes her first bite, her eyes widen in shock. The taste is unlike anything she's ever experienced. Overcome with excitement, she rushes to the royal kitchen, insisting that the palace's head cook learns to make it immediately. However, no matter how hard they try, the royal chefs cannot replicate the dish. Something is missing. The same frustration arises when Kenichi introduces chocolate, a luxurious, irresistible treat that none of the royal cooks can figure out how to produce. While Lilith is ecstatic, someone else is not amused, the queen herself. Watching from her high palace window, she silently observes as her daughter grows closer and closer to the mysterious foreigner. Her expression is one of jealousy and suspicion. Just as Kenichi begins to settle in, a new problem arises. Rumors begin to spread of ghostly disturbances in the castle basement. The royal court is uneasy, with whispers of curses and dark magic filling the halls. Lilith, seeing Kenichi's resourcefulness, requests his help in solving the mystery of the ghosts. Kenichi, along with his companions Belle, Mayuri, and Nyamina, heads into the dark depths of the castle, armed with nothing more than modern science and logic. After an extensive investigation, they uncover the true culprit, not ghosts, but a cursed flower vase belonging to the queen. With the source of the disturbances identified, Kenichi advises that the vase be immediately disposed of. While the nobles breathe a sigh of relief, the queen's expression darkens in gratitude for all he has done. Lilith grants Kenichi and Anemone access to the royal library, an invaluable treasure trove of ancient knowledge. Wasting no time, Kenichi copies all the books using his modern equipment, further increasing his own knowledge and influence. However, Lilith's gratitude doesn't end there. In a shocking moment, she offers Kenichi the company of her maid, Malin, suggesting that he spend the night with her as a reward. Kenichi, however, rejects the offer outright, instead having Malin model various outfits, much to the princess's amusement and confusion. With their time in the capital coming to a close, the long-awaited meeting with the king is finally on the horizon. Kenichi and his family prepare themselves, knowing that the next step in their journey could change everything. This episode is a masterclass in world building, blending humor, tension, and cultural exchange in a way that keeps viewers fully engaged. Kenichi's modern ingenuity continues to disrupt the kingdom's traditions, drawing both admiration and resentment. With royal politics, supernatural mysteries, and growing rivalries, Episode 12 perfectly sets the stage for major developments to come.